as far as the results are concerned, they posted respectable 4Q numbers last night. A 1% increase in revenue was better than the 1% roughly decline that we expected. So a little better. The concern was really the guidance. The outlook for the next quarter, which is 1Q, and the full year was still very light. Now, I don't know if it's that they're being conservative because clearly the turnaround hasn't begun to take hold, or that things are still soft as they continue to mark down product to get rid of some of that inventory and bring in new product. So I'd say mixed results overall, still cautious on the turnaround. We're not confident that it's beginning to take hold just yet, but we can somewhat say that, maybe we've hit the bottom.
Okay, I have a $75 credit at Lululemon every quarter because I have an American Express Platinum card.
Of course you do.
And this is one of the benefits of it.
Yep.
But I struggle to use it because I haven't found anything that I want to spend it on. And I go on Reddit and a lot of people feel this way. They did talk about having a new designer and some new product, but that has not made its way into stores just yet. What is the latest in terms of just innovation, new design, freshening up their lineup, Poonam?
Yeah, so you're starting to see some of that trickle through. We were just at stores last week and we did see some new styles come through. I'd say the bulk of it, though, will be in the spring and summer. So that is when you will start to see some of the new product flow through and hopefully more exciting lineups that you will feel excited to spend your $75 credit on. I'd say on the women's side, that's where most of the work is needed. For men's, though, they've done really, really well. Their men's lineup is pretty solid. They're doing really well internationally. I do agree that in women's, in North America specifically, they need to show more and deliver more. And we expect to see some of that in spring, summer, and we'll know more if they'll resonate to see if the turnaround can actually take hold.
So the other thing that Lululemon has to contend with is Chip Wilson, the founder. As far as I know, he doesn't actually have an operating role in the company. He's not on the board, but he is kind of in the peanut gallery agitating for changes, overhauls. What kind of influence does this have on the existing board and on investors' expectations?
Yeah, he's been advocating for change for quite some time now. We did see some change come through just recently where they did appoint a new board of director and one of the current board of directors will not be renewing. So you're starting to see some shakeup. I think he's still calling for more. Rightfully so. Lululemon has definitely lost its mojo over the last 3 years. And it's given up a lot of the upside to competition. So I think change is coming, especially as we wait for the new incoming CEO to see who that will be. I think that'll be the key inflection point to say, can this new person bring Lululemon back on board? Can it reignite the double-digit gains that we're used to? Because quite frankly, a low single-digit increase is not what you expect to see out of Lululemon.
So I'm looking at the ANR function on the Bloomberg terminal for Lululemon. I got 3 buys, 1 sell, and 30 holds. What are those 30 analysts waiting for, Poonam?
A new CEO, new direction.
Well, how hard
we
is
want
it
to
to
see
get a
the
new
new
CEO?
product.
I mean, I could go out there and go to LinkedIn and find them somebody.
Paul, you're applying. It has to be the right person, right? You have to get the right person. We need to make sure that we get a person who understands the DNA of Lululemon, who understands the athletic wear space, and really is a product-led person. Like for me, it's important to see that someone comes through who understands that Retail 101 is about the product first and everything else after.
Okay, but Calvin McDonald, the CEO who has just left and who has come under pressure because things started to kind of slide at the end of his tenure, he was that person initially because when he first joined, sales took off and he came over from Sephora, so he clearly has a merchandising background.
He does, but it's in beauty. If you remember, as soon as he came on, I think the first big pushes he had was let's launch a skincare line, the deodorants and some of the lotions, etc. That didn't go too well. It was a nice idea, very high gross margins, 80%. So in theory, sounded great, but it didn't really resonate and get Lululemon anywhere. I think what we need is someone who understands the apparel and the athleisure space, someone who knows that you need style with performance because that is what this brand demands,
right,
and constant newness. Like Lululemon has to outshine the broader competition, and that's become harder with just technologies being almost available to everyone right now.